And we're going live.
All right, let's get it,
Oh,
bro. Let's get this show, bro.
says an error occurred. Wait, hold on.
Uh-oh, you fucked it up again.
It's telling me an error has occurred and it's not letting me go live.
This is for all of you dreamers out there. Sit back, relax, open up your minds, and get ready to feel the vibes.
What's going on, all you dreamers out there? Welcome to the Sky's the Limit podcast on your only and one and only Sky's the Limit network. Tonight we're going to have a really awesome show, but before we get into that, let's go ahead and roll our sponsor videos. Are you ready for a podcast that blends mystery, crime, and a whole lot of laughs? Then look no further than The Fat Man Live and Snakes and the Fat Man, the podcast that keeps you on the edge of your seat, all while never taking itself too seriously. Join Christa Cheatham as he dives deep into the reptile world with his unique blend of humor, insight, and, well, let's just say, colorful commentary. No topic is off limits. The Fat Man himself will bring you the latest from the world of reptiles and downright bizarre, all with his signature humor. So grab your headphones, your sense of humor, and get ready for a ride of your life. It's Fat Man every other Sunday and Snakes and the Fat Man on the 1st and 15th of every month. Only on the Fat Man Nation.
I'm sticking around. Yeah, I'm sticking around even though I don't do this shit anymore. But I love promoting other people.
This is why you need DNA shed testing in your reptile game. Unlock your reptile's genetic secrets with Charlie Williams at Grey Rider Reptiles and ShedTesting.com. Charlie's passion for reptiles is unmatched, and he's bringing his expertise right to your home with ShedTesting.com. It's a game changer for breeders and pet owners alike. Simply collect, package, and send off your reptile's shed. Easy, right? Within days, get accurate genetic insights that can revolutionize your breeding season. Whether you're a ball python breeder or a curious pet owner, ShedTesting.com offers fast turnaround times and reliable results. Plus, with Charlie's vast network and partnerships, you're not just getting a service, you're joining a community. So what are you waiting for? Visit ShedTesting.com now and take your breeding game to the next level. Charlie Williams and Grey Rider Reptiles are ready to help you.
Why are there not more people talking about the awesomeness of reptiles? Let's change that with Steve Nelson. Listen up, fellow reptile enthusiasts. Welcome to A Reptile I Am with your boy, Steve Nelson.
Awesome.
The interview was hype.
I know. And me and Steve both worked on that intro together, and that was pretty dope. And with that intro is fire. But with that being said, everybody make sure you go over there, holler at your boy. All his links to all of his socials are down in the description of the video. But we are going to go ahead and give our shout outs. So first up, oh, looky there. Brad and Buddy, welcome back, buddy. Yeah, I know. Long time no see, right?
Yeah. Hey, he got one more in tonight on the intro.
Yeah, I know.
Good buddy.
Mr. James Perry, JNS Exotics. What's going on? How you doing tonight? Oh, my boy Chad Johnson. Yeah, let's get this started. He actually came over and helped me ultrasound today.
Hey, wait. Chad Johnson? Like Ocho Cinco Chad Johnson or just some other Chad Johnson?
Another one. Chad. And of course, Mike Duvall. And it looks like that's everybody in here right now. As you guys come in, of course, I'll pop up your comments. If you have any questions for our guests, we will definitely pop those up there. And Sean, if you want to go ahead and roll out our guest.
All right. Tonight on Sky's the Limit, we're joined by someone who's been making some real moves in the reptile game. First, earning her stripes in the leopard gecko world with some clean ass genetics and some serious quality. And now this same person is stepping confidently into the ball python lane with the same precision and fire. Please welcome Christa from Neurofy Exotics. She is in the building and she's showing the hobby that no matter the species, the standard stays high. Let's welcome her to the show and get her into this journey.
All right. Awesome introduction. Thank you, guys. How you guys doing?
Awesome.
How you doing?
All right. How are you doing?
Doing pretty well. The weather's been great the past few days. I took a walk with my dog and really enjoying it.
Awesome. And so we'll go ahead and let you start, Sean.
All right. So first of all, thank you, Krista, for coming on the show. I've known you for what, maybe a year now.
Maybe
We met
so.
at that show when you first came out with that big banner we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, no, we were at a show me show. I mean, it's not her fault. She got an ARBC standard, like a 10-foot by 10-foot banner, bro. Basically, she had the whole booth covered. But that whole banner popped, though. So, with that said, how did you come up with your logo, and what kind of thought process went into picking out your colors and your logo and making that come to life like that? Because it did pop. The color is amazing. I love it.
Oh, thank you. It's the
Because it
color.
helps me find you very quickly, no matter where I'm at.
Yes. And I didn't think about that right off the top. It's my favorite color. So I just went with, and then I thought about it more and I was like, it's a different color than a lot of other people. I want to do something that was different. With the logo itself, I actually just used Fiverr and I just told them what I was thinking and they created the logo. I mean, it was like 30, 40 bucks, whatever. And I really, really liked it. And then the name, I actually used ChatGPT for that one to help. I was like, told them what I kind of wanted. I'm a vet and scientist by nature, so I kind of wanted something with that scientific flair to it. So neuro, intellectual. I was like, okay, we're always thinking about this systematically, and I thought it fit that science background. Then I just went with exotics instead of pythons and just kept it kind of open. That way, if I got other species, it still fit that umbrella.
Right.
So it's so it should be Brain Iron Exotics.
Yes. Sure, be like that way, but I went with Neurofy. Yeah.
I like that though. That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I do like
Not
that.
a lot of people probably knew that until tonight. Me being
Nope.
one of them.
Yeah, I wanted something different other than my name and reptiles or something.
So like we were talking about earlier, one of the things that caught my eye, besides being next to you guys and your turquoise banner, was the geckos you started out with. Talk about that for a little bit. Are you still heavy into the geckos? Because I kind of noticed something different at one of the shows we were at recently, but we'll get to that part.
Yeah, so I'm going into my 3rd year now. And so the first 2 years I'm still breeding the tangerine stuff, but this year I decided to kind of branch out into more of the Black Knight, which is what you saw on the table, and then some albino Tremperline specifically with some bold's another trait, but it's basically dark bold lines on leopard goat. Kind of just branching out a little bit, still doing the orange, but I wanted a little more variety in the morphs of the geckos I had and wanted something to do that I liked. So
Right.
That's pretty cool. All right, so then the other thing I saw and it kind of caught my eye at a show recently here. I didn't know you were into this, but you had ball pythons on your table.
hmm
And I was actually doing my live and I got hung up on your table and I'm like, damn, she got me again. That's what I was thinking in my head, like she got me again, because the first time you got me, I was like looking at your big ass banner and I'm like, what are they gonna do with all that banner? Oh my goodness, these poor guys, like they went and spent really good money on this nice ass banner and they can't even spread it out because they're like this.
yeah,
They're like all of us,
the
right?
show me show tables, yeah,
The
tight.
sardine show. But
Yeah.
anyway, so you had ball pythons. Do you
Mhm.
want to talk about what your projects are? I mean, because it wasn't like you had a bunch of normals or something sitting on your table. You obviously had some good quality stuff
Mm-hmm.
sitting on your table.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, last year was my first year breeding ball pythons. I kind of started buying stuff in 2023, like that summer. And so bought like proven breeders and stuff that was ready to breed, mostly clown pieds, some banana combos, which I think you saw on the table.
Yeah.
And then I kind of more so last year in 2024 really found some morphs that I liked going forward, like on the recessive side. So I started accumulating them last year. So those would be Sunset, Ultramel, Puzzle, Hypo, and Paint is what I'm now being really focused on going forward. So um, this year still staying pretty small. I'm making a big move in the summer, so I'm kind of like, if they don't go, that may be a blessing in disguise. But looking at 6 girls or so, mostly Ultramel pairings. A lot of my stuff's about they're reaching that 1100, 1200, 1500 gram now. So hopefully next year and the year after, a lot of them will be ready then. Yeah.
Yeah. And so are you ultrasounding yet, or is that something you're waiting to do later on?
I ultrasound, yeah, about once a month. Yeah, I have one girl that's about to ovulate. She's at 34, 36 millimeter a week or two goes off food for ultramal pieds. And then a lot of the other girls are around that 13 or so. If it's just starting, they didn't have anything last month, and then this month they're starting. So I'm trying to, if they're not on food, get them back on food, get some more
Right.
stimulatory locks in and go from there. Yeah.
Cool.
So I love the ultrasound. It's nice.
Right. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is. It'll save your males 100%. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
like,
And I'll say
things
this:
are
it
way
did help
easier.
me this today because I don't ultrasound, and I have a couple females myself that gave me all the signs, and now I'm pretty good about reading my females, just visually reading their body language and that. But I had 2 of them that were giving me the signs, but they weren't doing what I think they should have been doing. Like they gave me all the signs, went off food, but they wasn't nesting.
Yep.
So I had somebody come over today and help me ultrasound in that, and sure enough, they are gravid. But
Mm.
at the same time, if without that ultrasound, I would have still been here throwing a mail to them.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with the girl that's I ultrasound her last month and she was at what was it? It was less than 20. It was like 10 to 13 and she was eating. So she went off food probably the last week or two, but when I saw 34, I was like, holy cow, she jumped 20 millimeters in 5 weeks. And
Right. Yeah.
hadn't been bowl wrapping. She'd been kind of sitting in the middle of the tub. So I didn't think she was that far along either. But
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that ultrasound, I do see the benefits because I wasn't one to say like, oh yeah, then go out and get an ultrasound or anything like that. Because like I said, I usually palpate, use the body language of the females and everything. But yeah, that ultrasound, I can definitely see where it will be beneficial for me to get one in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for interrupting you, Sean.
You're good, man. I guess tell us about that big ass Garfield silver tooth looking cat in the back. I don't know where it's at right now, but it's a pretty big cat.
Yeah, he's sleeping in this little circular thing right there.
He's
Yeah, that's
spoiled as
Phoenix.
shit, isn't he?
He's cute. He's very smart. Too smart for his own good. He's one of my best friends. I love that cat
Spoil
so
him.
much.
Yeah.
What was that?
You give him whatever he wants.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I give him some chicken and I spoil him rotten.
Give him some lasagna.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Kristen, how you doing?
Yeah. Garfield. Yeah. I love that cat. He's a good cat.
Do you have any other cats?
I got 3 total.
Yeah.
Yep. Bolt
Yeah.
and Sapphire are the other ones. Yeah. But I love my cats. Yeah.
So, Mike, you're going to be on here in a second. Why don't you ask her?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see all the questions now.
Yeah, he's asking all these questions.
Ask him all of the comments.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Why
got-
don't you wait until you're on? I mean, are you backstage? No, you ain't.
Ryan, did you want to ask your questions?
Yeah, I surely can. So, Krista, you.
Thank you, Krista.
Yes. How long have you been into the breeding of the leopard geckos?
This is my 3rd season right now. I'm starting. So yeah, for sure 2 years and starting the 3rd. Mhm.
Now, you also do a podcast as well, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And you don't know, because we were talking backstage a little bit. I went on to your YouTube channel and I noticed your podcast ain't on that YouTube channel. Do you want to tell everybody where your podcast is?
Sure, yeah. So it's on the Trap Talk Reptile Network with MJ. That's on YouTube. We also streamed other audio platforms, but it's on Sunday nights. It was started at a later time, around 9 p.m. Central, and I'm kind of moving it back an hour, so 8 p.m. to kind of see if an earlier time is a little bit better. But
Okay.
yeah, Sunday nights and mostly focusing on female keepers and reptile enthusiasts. That's what MJ wanted kind of for that Sunday spot. And so that's kind of my role with that. So.
Okay. And so how did you and MJ start doing this collaboration together with that podcast?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I joined his Patreon, would have been, I think, fall of 2023 when I was getting started. And then you guys know Bash Coder, he had a workshop last summerish, I think, about the time where I was on there with Billy and they went through my whole collection and was like,
oh, the chopping block, right?
Chopping block. And then MJ had watched that and then he contacted me after and he was like, hey, I liked how you presented yourself on there. I want to do this show on Sundays with female keepers. Would you like to do that with me?
Krista, you were the one from the lower tier Patreon that had won the chance to get your. Yeah, man, that was really cool. I thought that was awesome.
Yep. My collection is totally different now.
Yeah. Nope.
Now I'm really focused now. Yeah. So it was good.
Yeah. So then you guys started doing the collaborations, and how long have you guys been doing these collaborations? And because I don't want to talk too much business as far as what you guys got going on. Yeah. But could you tell us a little bit about like the business side of your guys' collaborations that you guys got going?
Sure. So I started last summer with the show that I do every night for the week. And then over the course, as he's kind of built some trust in me, I also help run the Instagram and YouTube pages a little bit backstage. So posting reels, also help on creating some of the thumbnails for some of the shows for people uploading to Buzzsprout so that it gets broadcasted everywhere. Sometimes if like somebody on the Trap family needs help, then I kind of run backstage on StreamYard and help run some stuff, co-hosting here and there. And then recently, if I'm able to go to some shows, we'll go kind of together and I help him vlog some stuff and hang out, whatever he needs help with. So that's how it's kind of developed as he's trusted me over time. And he's one of my best friends now. Yeah.
Right. And now when you guys go to shows, you guys do a lot of content as well at the shows? Do you guys do like the podcast or anything like that from shows?
Yes, the past couple we've done, we did Sear and then we did Tinley recently. And yeah, we had a show that Friday night where people like other vendors would come and sit down. We would talk to them. And then we'd also do a lot of vlogs because he's working a little bit with Morph Market now as well. So I helped videotape some of that. So he's kind of doing both at the same time, content wise, whether it's talking to vendors or talking to customers or people at the show per se, and then walkthroughs, or I go live on Instagram too, is probably the main part of the content, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, and so how important would you say the content and the social media is to the growth of Neuro5?
Super important. It's almost like another full-time job, honestly. It's hard. And I've kind of come into that because I do so much work with the podcast too. I want to be not known as only a podcaster, but as a breeder as well. And so it's been a little challenging kind of balancing that. So I've kind of had to watch it on my page, like, sure, still post the podcasting stuff, but also post my animals and my projects too, so that people know what I'm doing. You mentioned the YouTube that you see. I only have a few videos up. So that's kind of something I want to start doing this summer, is post more videos on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. Now, and you plan on also vending this summer too. So with the YouTube, doing the podcast, vending and everything, how do you find time to balance your home life?
I don't. I don't know. It doesn't seem like really work to me. I have like a little checklist of what I need to get done, and then I kind of just go through it as I need to. The shows kind of sold out really right now, so I'm kind of taking a break from shows for the time being. I'm also doing a huge move this summer. I'm graduating school and I got a job in Florida, so I'll be moving from Missouri to Florida. So I'm kind of putting the shows a little bit on hold and not breeding as much, just because I know that's going to be a huge move.
And
So can
go
I
ahead,
ask her a question real quick, Brian?
Yeah, go ahead.
He says she's going to Florida. So have you already checked all the local laws as far as like what you have? Maybe your saber-toothed cat is illegal and they might shoot it.
I did look at the reptile laws and I was like, okay, I think I can survive. I wasn't super interested in the species they banned, so, but yeah, I did look at that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, usually it's your big snakes and your tegus that I was.
Right. So with this big move, do you think that's going to affect your leopard gecko breeding season this year, or?
Yeah, it might. I'm breeding. I'm locking some now, so hopefully I can get at least a clutch or two from all of them, and they'll probably hatch right before I move. And then yeah, just kind of seeing as they adjust and moving. So probably not having a ton this year. The same with the ball pythons. Like they're kind of where they might ovulate before moving, but if they don't go, then that's kind of just allowing them to do what they want, but not pushing them.
Now, where at in Florida are you moving to? Are you doing more southern, or are you staying more up toward the top of Florida?
It's southern Florida. It's near Naples, so way down south. Yeah,
some nice beaches down there. What?
Yeah, but that is a travel.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's south of Orlando, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Naples. Yeah, man. That's
pretty south down there. Yeah.
That's going to be a nice travel. So what sets Neuro5 apart from other leopard gecko breeders?
That's a good question too. I want to say just like the quality of the animals. Like I really focused on buying the highest quality and not really so focused on the quantity. Like if you go on Morph Market and you just look at leopard geckos, there's a ton out there, but I don't think there's a lot of quality out there. And your eye can definitely tell you which ones are higher quality than others. So I think that sets me apart from a lot of them. Yeah.
Okay. So you would say your quality of your animals is what sets you apart.
I can vouch for that, Brian. I've seen them.
Yeah, those are the Black Knights. Yeah, there's very.
If you could show the people that beautiful Black Knight, like that thing was so. You should name it Charlie Murphy. That's how dark it is.
I think I have a sure. You can yeah, you can ask Celeste. I can look up a photo real quick. Or actually I think I have one on my page where I had yeah, you can kind of see how black she is with this one, but she's
Yeah, I
walking with
saw
that
that picture
male.
too. That thing is fire.
Almost velvety. Your Black Knights, it's interesting because there's a lot of people will say it's Black Knight. Maybe it is, but there's still a lot of variations in it. Like I kind of want that where it looks almost velvety and not, brown or multiple shades
Yeah.
on that
So
side.
I started getting into that Black Knight stuff too and found out that there's different shades and variations to it. And you're like, that's not Black Knight, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Right.
at the show we were at, they had some Black Knights for like $50. And so somebody bought them and came over to me and we were like, look at my Black Knights. And they're like, are they going to look like yours? And I was like, nah,
No.
nope, they won't. They won't. I'm sorry. I don't know if I came off rude or not, but I'm like, nah, they won't look like
Yeah.
this. I'm sorry.
No.
No, that because that takes several generations to get it darker and
Yeah.
darker through
Yeah.
that line breeding, right?
Right.
It's right. It's not exactly like ball python genetics, is it?
It's all polygenic, which is it's challenging, but it's also helpful in a way where you can set yourself up or apart a little bit better from other people. Hey, David.
Right. So
Yeah.
from a financial and operational standpoint, what steps have you taken to ensure the profitability of your business?
Good question too, because I feel like I've just been spending money. I mean, I keep a spreadsheet of what I spend. I'm definitely like not in the green by any. I'm in the red, or I don't know how you say it. But
Right.
the very first year, I made substantial amount back, and I started breeding my own rodents, which cuts that cost down pretty minimally. So I mean, based on what I have, it's really hard to project what you're gonna make per se, but I'll be in with a green, I guess is what you ever call it, and probably in a few years once the animals I have go up to size. I was able to get some pretty good like deals on some stuff, and so I'm not too worried about it. I just work with what I like, but
And
also not
Yeah,
spend money
this
all
is
the
just
time.
right. And what would you say
public
was your initial investment into it?
Like how much wise?
Yeah.
Probably 10K maybe.
And what do you think you made back so far?
Trying to think. The leopard geckos, I made like 10 to 15K first year doing those. At least that's what my morph market was telling me. So maybe I think it was like 15 something. And then I'm like, okay, if you do like percentage a little bit off that in case I took a lower number, probably at least 10K the first year.
What do you use to take payment at the shows? Are you just taking cash only, or you got a square, or what? Because that'll pay all of that too if you put it in the options or the notes.
Yeah, I do Square, mainly Square, but I've done some Venmo or Cash App at shows too, depending on it. But yeah,
Right.
I think 10K. That was for the ball. That was for the ball pythons only. Leopard geckos initially, maybe 2 or 3K. That first year, it's gone. I've probably spent that every year with that too, but initially, yeah.
Oh, dang, wrong. Sorry.
Oh.
Hey, I tell you what, man. If you come on this show, you better be ready for Brian to ask you the financial, business, hard-hitting ass questions. I'm telling you,
I need to
he's
get
throwing
better at
me
that.
off.
So
Yeah.
can you share any advice on how to effectively market your reptile breeding company?
Really just putting yourself out there. I mean, I think a lot of people are scared or nervous to put their face out, but I think it's so important to do shows like this, post on social media consistently. I'm almost at, almost 1,700 followers since late 2023. So that's been a good goal of mine. Going to the shows, these national level shows, is so important. And kind of building that kind of network around you, like the Patreon groups and networking with people that you see at shows, and it just opens up the door.
Right.
And I've seen that with being with MJ when we go to the shows. He'll introduce me to this person and this person and this person, and you just see that network grow. So I think it's so important.
Okay. And so for my last question, which I have written down, which usually my last questions are a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more fun, and that. So if you can change into any person that you will want to, you can't, or hold on. If you can change into any person that you want to for 24 hours and live
Ooh,
their life, who would that be?
man, that's a good question.
I wish I had that question.
I gotta think on that for a second. Um, hmm. I don't know. I think I've always looked up to Emily from Snake. I mean, I know it's reptile focused, but Emily from Snake Discovery. I always kind of looked up to her, and I think it'd be fun to be in the life of her for maybe 24 hours,
Wow.
running her zoo and the shop, and learning that side of things, and more like customer care. I could get skills from that. Or if she was at a show, I don't know how she has the energy to deal with all of that, but I could gain some skills from
Oh,
her. I think, yeah.
most definitely. And yeah, she definitely has energy to spare. She's another one like Steve Nelson.
Oh
All,
yeah, that
all,
guy's wild.
yes, yes.
I love him.
Yeah, he is a great guy, awesome person. I love what he's doing with the reptile community and the army that he's building. It he actually just signed or I don't know if he signed, but I know he's doing a lot of stuff with Show Me Reptiles from what I've
Mhm,
seen on his Instagram. I seen a
mhm.
couple of posts and that. So with that being said, with Steve, do you plan on trying to do any collaborations with any big name, let's say vendors or anything like that?
Hmm. I would definitely be open to it. I actually just got my first sponsor on my podcast show, the Reptico. So Channing Rice, she's the daughter of Dawn and Billy Rice from Rice
Yeah,
Reptiles, but
yeah,
she's
yeah.
starting her own company. So she just sponsored shows. So I'm starting to get there. I definitely be open to it. It gets challenging with the podcast thing though, because there's so much competition with
Yeah.
different companies, I guess per se, but I would definitely be open to it. Just have to walk that
Okay.
fine line.
All right. And Mike, well, welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey Mike.
Hey, hey, finally nice to meet you, Krista.
Yeah, nice to meet you in person. You're always one of the first people on my Sunday show, so I really appreciate that support.
No problem. I try to support everybody that I can and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, it means a lot to me. So thanks.
So
yeah.
if you want to go ahead with any questions that you have, bud.
I don't know if the guys had touched on it. We were in a storm coming through and I was trying to listen the best I could. But do you have another job that you do besides the reptiles?
Yep, I'm a PhD student right now. So I graduated vet school in 2021, and then I went into residency PhD program. So I'm finishing that up this year, and then I got a full-time vet job in Florida. So that's my
That's
Chris,
awesome.
real job.
Congratulations.
A lot of school, man. I'm about done.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So, what kind of racks do you prefer or like one or the other? What kind of racks do you use?
That's a good question too. I started out with PVC just to kind of get my feet wet. So some sea serpents and VE6, or I think Vision that you can buy from Reptile Basics. And then just this past winter, I got an ARS 5540. Love that. But I still like the PVCs for the hatchlings, and then for the geckos, it works very well in.
Okay.
But I'll definitely need some more ARS racks for whole backs and stuff like that. But that's what I
Yeah.
use. Yeah.
Now with the sea serpents, because I can't see, I've been looking for like a rack to kind of do like babies and then like juveniles, kind of like a sub-adult
Yeah.
rack, kind of like all in one to switch the tubs. And
Yep.
I haven't really found one. Do they do that? Do you know?
So the one I use, I forget the exact, I think it's a 16 quart, and I put babies up in there, and I've had them up to there like 400 or 500 grams probably before I move them up. Like I think it can hold a decent size
Is that the
animal.
ones with the dark? Do they have darker tubs like dark gray?
These are clear.
Clear?
I think Freedom Breeder may have some dark ones. but that you may, depending on dimensions, be able to switch out. I don't know. I get kind of confused with that. I just use whatever the rack comes with.
Yeah, I like the
Don't mess with it.
PVCs myself.
They're clear, yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you have you chose a display yet? One of my main questions I like to ask everyone, because I haven't gotten like put a lot of money into displays yet.
Yep.
What's one thing that you really took your time and to pick out like your displays? Would you? Was trying to think I can ask this. What's one thing that you really was looking forward to in a display for your show? So like really make your animals pop.
Something that I went and looked for something that had a lot of good reviews, like something that a lot of people use. And I went, which one I think now? I mean, I think the ARS has one, don't they? Where they have I kind of bought a combo of that. Yeah, or actually went with Next Level. I was looking. That's what it was. I was like, oh, I can't remember. I was looking at ARS and Next Level. I ended up going with the Next Level. I think it just fit my budget a little bit better because I didn't go. You can get like the whole package with the lights. I didn't do that. I just got the standard and then I put my own lights on top of it because I really like the 5 lights that you can get off Amazon for like $60. I really like those. So I went with that one and I found that didn't scratch as easily either from the reviews, with it being I think acrylic. I think what it was. I don't know, glass or acrylic. Now I can't remember. But anyways,
I really like those because they lock on the top there instead of like in the front.
Yeah. So we have a question in the chat. Chad asked about Square. So what do you use to take your payments? Like, do you use Square? Do you use Cash App? Or
I do a little bit of everything: Cash App, Venmo, and yeah, I do Square at the shows. I find it really effective because you can do tap to pay on it as well, or I can send an invoice directly through my phone. Like I think I had somebody that wanted to use specifically their Apple card.
Right.
And so I was trying to figure out how to do that. So I was able to send an invoice and they paid with their Apple card and we were able to do it. And I did it all from my phone in the show.
So what would you say is your favorite way to use, or what app would you say is your favorite?
I mean, I like Square just because it's like a safe, I think, option. Like I heard a lot of people sometimes get like, I don't know, people canceling on some of the other ones. I haven't had that personally happen to me. The only thing with Square is the fees. I usually like write off, or even sometimes I'll just ask or do like an extra $5 to the customer and they're totally fine with paying that like fee or whatever. So
usually as long as you let the customer know there's going to be a fee before you charge them, they're usually okay with it.
Yeah.
So sorry for cutting you off, Mike. Go ahead.
No, you're good. For your bedding for your ball pythons, do you prefer like cocoa, or what type of bedding do you use?
I do cocoa to go. I really like it how it's already broken down when you get it. I had an issue with some of the other companies. It was too dusty for me, and I broke out in hives, and my throat would swell up from after I was breaking it down or soaking it. So I couldn't use it. I guess I had an allergic reaction. So the cocoa to go is the only one I've been able to use where I don't get a reaction from it.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. I think it was ReptiChip where I was broken it down. Then I just got hives and my throat was scratchy and swollen up, and I was like, all right, can't do this.
Right.
So
that's crazy.
Who was one of your favorite mentors that really kind of like coached you into the ball pythons? I know you were talking a few minutes ago about MJ, like on the chopping block and stuff like that. I didn't know if that was
He's been a big one. Just with overall, just like becoming a better person too, a little bit with ball pythons, just being a general keeper. Brandon Nixon's also probably one of my best friends in the hobby too. We talk several nights a week for hours upon end, and we have similar likeness in projects, and he always has kind of a no nonsense way of thinking. He just kind of tells it to you straight, and the way he thinks about projects is great.
It's always good sometimes.
Yeah, he doesn't, he's like, no, that's stupid, don't do that. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks.
I'm working with the Sunset.
Okay.
The Sunset Clown, and then I want to try to get some calico, ultra male, orange dream, yellow belly,
Oh,
female,
yep.
and then put a sunset male to it later. So I can
Yes.
do visual sunset stuff.
That would look very, very nice.
So even though I can't see it, but it's like, all right, all these combinations. I get teased a lot, Krista, by Brian and Sean and Chris Eaton over there, and he's like, I was on the chats, and he's like, "Oh, that's Blind Mike. It takes him 20 freaking minutes to type that out on a braille keyboard." I was like, "Oh, thanks a lot, Chris."
No, that's gonna look. That's kind of some of a similar route I've got too. Yeah, I have a calico yellow belly ultramel male that will be going into paint and some sunset
That's
stuff.
nice.
Ooh, that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the ultramel paint stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah, I think it'll look really cool. I don't think one's been hit. I have a pretty good shot this coming year. I got a female that's a double head. It's about 1,200-1,300 grams, and I'm an ultramel head paint male.
What's going on, Sammy? How you doing?
Decent shot.
Hey,
She
Sammy.
goes, "Hey, Sammy."
Hey,
Now,
Sam.
whenever you go to like different shows in your area or even a little bit further away, do you find some shows like more ball python sell more, or like more of the crested geckos might sell more in that particular area?
I think it for me because I've only done shows within 2-hour radius of me, so just the show me shows are the only ones I've vended. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes the ball python sell more, sometimes the geckos sell more. It just made me realize that having diversity, I think, is pretty important in case one day you are having, something's not selling and the other can kind of buffer for that. So that's my thoughts on that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know eventually I want to try to get into a few different types of geckos. Because my daughters, they help me. They're 17 and 14. And
Okay.
they help me. So I kind of want to get, just besides ball python, something that they can really like work on as like a project for them too.
Mm-hmm. I love my leopard geckos. I actually just got a pair of Kahua geckos this week too, so I'm really, really excited about those things. Man, they're so wild. They're so freaking awesome.
Is there certain morphs with those, or like a genetic? I don't know too much about the geckos.
The leopards or the Kahuas?
Like the leopard. Well, actually, both.
Leopard geckos, there's a ton of morphs out there. Some of them are, most of them are polygenic or line bred, but some of them are albino. Some of them are eye traits. They're kind of like the ball python of geckos, if that makes sense, as far as what's out there. The Kahuas, I'm still learning about their genetics too, but it's mostly polygenic with those guys. Coloration pattern, white color, or whiteness on them. Those are all polygenic, I think. There may be recessive. I don't think it's known quite yet on those guys.
Okay. And for your geckos and stuff, do you use like racks, or do you use like aquariums, or what do you use to house them?
For the leopard geckos, they're all in racks. So the V6 with heat tape, they do fantastic in. And then the Kahuas I got in just an Exoterra like glass enclosure. I think the babies you can have in a tub rack system, which I'll probably do, but the adults I want in the glass Exoterra enclosures.
How big do they get? Like the
Chihuahuas.
There you go, Brian.
I've kind of learned Kahuas. I've heard I don't know, probably 10 inches or so. 10, 11 in length. Yeah, they're not huge. They're kind of a mix between a crested and a lychee gecko in size, I would say.
Okay, so not that big.
Not that big. Nah.
Wow. It's like the next step up from the crested size.
Yeah.
Is in theory.
Yep. Yeah, I got mine are probably about this long, maybe.
So
little fat body creatures.
do you have anything that you're wanting to show off that you might be having for sale or anything?
All of it's downstairs in the basement. I don't have too much to sell on my morph market, but my Kahuas are next door if you want me to grab one of those and show off.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely like those.
Yeah, I can grab one of those real easy. Yeah, the other stuff, it's mainly I don't have too much stuff to sell, but I'll get a Kahua out and show them. Yeah, I'll be right back.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bro, all right, who wants to take bets that? Oh my God, look at that cat right there, dude. That thing's huge.
Saber tooth.
Oh,
no,
cat? Yeah.
There's an orange one that's just as big as that, if not bigger.
Yeah,
Where did that
he'll be
white
up on the computer in a little bit.
That's the ghost.
Oh man,
he's very vocal too.
She got Casper and Garfield living in the same house.
Uh, no, that cat's actually pretty dang cool, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Dude,
I
a
would have
white
a cat,
cat.
but the wife is allergic to them, so we went with dogs and ball pythons. So
Leopard geckos.
I'm allergic to
yeah.
cats too, but we have 2 of them.
What? How do you do
Your
that?
wife was like, "We'll just tell him it's a cat from outside. He will never see it anyways."
We've had them for 6 years now, so I'm kind of used to it. Now. Certain types of cats, I'm like
Ooh, that's
eyes
beautiful.
will swell up real bad.
Yeah,
Other
this is
Ooh.
my male fire down, but you can see like all like I like the higher red and pinks.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
So
I like his mossy greens. Oh
Yes.
my god, dude, that's so sick.
and then when he fires up, he'll get kind of like dark, and then the reds will get like really red and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't see the female, but I saw the male. So, but they're like really chill. I mean, they
So
don't.
is that a full grown one
They're
or
not
is
like
that a
kind of
baby
jumpy.
still or
He's full grown. Yeah, he's breeding. Proven breeder. Yeah.
Now they ain't as jumpy as like the Cresties, are they?
No, not jumpy at all.
Well,
Real
that's good.
chill.
How long does it usually take them before they can breed? Like a year, 2 years, 3?
2 to 3. It does take them sometimes. Leopard geckos, I don't know, a year. I kind of wait like a year and a half for mine just to get some size. But if they're ovulating and they're at a good weight, above 40, 45 grams or so, then I'll breed them. Yeah.
Eric says he likes their feet.
Yes, I like that too. He's got little teeny tiny claws, but yeah, I love the feet and just the velvety feel of them. It's crazy. Like I've become obsessed with these.
Yeah. I know my wife got a leopard gecko, and I was really surprised on how like bumpy and rough they are. Like I thought they were going to be like more smooth. They are not.
No, they're bumpy. This is very smooth.
yeah, that's a very smooth
Yeah,
animal.
look at that. And you can actually see those reds starting to. He looks like he's starting to fire up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, you can kind of see it. You can kind
Oh
of see
yeah,
it.
he's darkening up quick.
Yeah, he is. Cool. This
Now,
is
So
when
let me show off for the camera real quick. Let me pop
Yeah.
my Chihuahua collar real quick.
now when he says he's firing up, is that like that he's happy, or is he like?
No, that means he's gonna piss all over the place, bro.
Yeah, they kind of do if they're like excited or like something's got their attention. I think I've also heard like temperature too. Like if they're a little bit, there's a change if it's cooler or warm. I've heard they will fire up. So you probably feel
I just didn't know if it was like just stressing when they fire up or down, or
Do they?
it's all new
What
to me.
about when you give them water too? Like Kresties fire up when you water them in a small space.
Yeah. Yep. They probably do when you missed them. Yeah, I haven't totally seen that online yet. I've only had them for a few days or a couple. Yeah, you can see the reds are starting to pop a little.
Yeah. He-
Yeah,
he-
man.
yeah, he's starting to fire up. Yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah.
So that's another species that you're planning on getting into breeding.
Yep, these are a proven pair. So we'll see if they're a little bit harder to breed. And they don't have a lot. They maybe have like 6. I saw one female, I guess she had 10, but they lay 6 or so, 6 to 8, like a year. And then sometimes they do reject the mate. That's kind of the harder part. These guys have already been proven, but sometimes they can just reject. So you kind of got to watch them and make sure that they will accept each other. So far,
All pythons be like that too, man. They got standards too. No, get out of here. You ain't locking up.
If they don't like each other, let's say they don't like each other, and that do you have to worry about them fighting, the male and female?
yes, I haven't seen it personally myself, but yeah, they can get really aggressive, and you need to separate them. So I do have them in the same enclosure now, but I have an extra enclosure just in case. But right now they've kind of just been hanging out next to each other, so it seems like they've been paired and they've bred before, but I didn't know if shipping would change anything. But so far they seem to be just doing just fine. Yeah.
Dude, I got
What's the
dude,
price?
I gotta get one of those babies, dude. That thing is cool looking.
It's pretty variable. Like if you go on Morph Market, there's some on there for like 10,000, 20,000.
Holy
Usually
crap.
the they got a lot of white in them. They're more expensive. The colored ones, I don't know. You can probably get into them for like $600 or $800 a piece, probably. Maybe a
Yeah, I
little
just want
more.
one that looks like mossy green and red like that. I don't care about the whites. I just like that red and green contrast.
That's what
Yeah.
I like the most, or the red. And these are a little bit cheaper typically, the red and greens. Yeah.
Now, are you planning on vending any expos anytime soon?
I've kind of taken a break from it just because I don't have much to sell. But I did reach out to Bob Vu, and I'll be getting onto the Sear show to vend. I told him August no, because I'll be moving in July. But starting in February of next year, I'll be doing his show twice a year. I would like to do Daytona since I'm down in Florida. I probably will do some local shows in Florida too once I get my feet wet and moved in.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not too many show me shows until I move. I just don't have any animals right now.
Right.
Yeah, so.
And if anybody, when you do start having animals, how can people start getting a hold of you if they was interested in a leopard gecko or one of your ball pythons?
Sure. Instagram, follow me on there. Reach out. I'm very responsive. Wharf Market has been a huge part of my business as well. So I post all my available animals on there. But if there's something you're looking for, then just reach out and I try to work with you. Or if I don't have it, then I can kind of put you in the direction of people who I know have what you're looking for. So
Awesome. So that's about all I have for you tonight. Do you guys have any questions in the chat? Put them up there. Mike, Sean, you guys have any more questions for her?
No, I'm good, man. That thing is freaking cool.
Yes,
it's amazing. I already want another pair of them because they're
And I'm already just sitting here looking at it like I'm like, it looks better in person. I already can tell.
yeah.
Like, dude, it looks good on the camera. And I'm colorblind, so the contrast is actually
I'm all the above. I don't have any more questions, but we really appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, Christa. And that, make sure if you guys haven't already, make sure you go over there to her Instagram, give her a follow, check her out on Wharf Market and all that good jazz. Go check her out on MJ's podcast, and that is, if you want to go ahead and leave that information for them.
Sure. It's on Sunday nights. Right now we're doing it at 8 p.m. Central Time. It's under the Trap Talk Reptile Network on YouTube, Girls Who Love Reptiles podcast. And yeah, I'm there every week.
All right. Then you guys or you go ahead and have a great night. If you want to hang out backstage, you can, or if you want to take off, you can.
Okay. I'll hang out a little bit.
All right. All right. So man, she was awesome, man. That was a really good interview.
She's got some real nice ball pythons and stuff, and cresties and the chapula. I think that's what you call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all right. Before we get off here tonight, I have a couple of things I did want to say. We are doing and starting to accept donations for Mike's charity auction. So if anybody would like to donate to that auction, just hit me up on or DM me on Instagram or Facebook. All you got to do is send me a picture of what you plan on donating with a little description of it and the rough estimate of the value of it. If you do plan on donating, you can get yourself an exclusive sponsorship for a donation item. So during that auction, when we pull up your item, we'll give you your little bit of a sponsorship for that. Not only that, in August, we are going to be out in Schaumburg. We will be vending Schaumburg, as well as we're going to be trying to do podcasts from out there. We do have our Big Homie Breakdown that Friday night. That is not going to go away. We also have the Sky's the Limit podcast that Saturday night, which we're going to have some really amazing guests on. I don't know.
Working double duty that weekend. Oh boy.
Yes. We are also going to have a couple of special guests during that weekend. So you guys most definitely want to keep an eye out for that. Next week, we don't have no guests. Next week is the Hanging with the Homies podcast. So anybody that would like to come on and hang out, just let me know. We might be able to shoot you a link and you guys can come on. Do you have anything that you want to announce, Sean?
Yeah, we need them to like and subscribe and share and comment down
And
below before we
yes,
go.
yes,
But
most definitely.
no, I'm good other than that. Thank you,
Yeah,
everybody, for stopping by.
and I will say yes, most definitely like, share, and subscribe this podcast, the YouTube channel. It definitely helps out with the algorithms. YouTube likes it when you guys leave them comments below on the replay as well. And if YouTube likes it, we like it.
Put in
So
hashtag replay crew.
You're gonna
yep.
ask
And check it out after.
Don't forget to go over there to Christa and give her a follow on the Instagram. Don't forget to check the social links down in the description and holler at your boy over there at a Reptile I Am. Make sure you get your shed testing done with Charlie, and every 1st and 15th of the month you have Chris Eaton's podcast, so make sure you go and check that out as well. So with that, guys, we are going to go ahead and end this podcast. And remember, with hard work, determination, and positivity, your dreams too can become a reality.
Have a good